In this episode of Get Real with Rajiv, I'm going to be answering questions around what kind of paradigm shifts you need to undergo when you're shifting from a corporate job to starting your own business. I'm also going to be talking about how do you handle competitors when they are undercutting the price in the market and what can you do to safeguard your interests. And I'm also going to talk about how do you deal with the toxicity, the negativity, the hate that we are all surrounded with in the environment and its impact on our energy and enthusiasm in life. And finally, I'm going to answer the question around how do you handle rejections in your life or in your business. If you'd like the answers to these questions, then tune into episode number 63 of Get Real with Rajiv. Welcome to episode number 63 of Get Real with Rajiv. Like every single week, I'm going to be answering 4 questions for you, and today, again, Pawan is going to be the voice of your questions. So Pawan, what's the first question?
We have Mary asking, I've been in the corporate environment for the past 19 years and I find it a challenge to shift my paradigm to business owner, starting my passionate business. Can you recommend tips to help me overcome this?
Well, Mary, a lot of corporate professionals, when they shift to entrepreneurship, I always joke saying that that's when they experience what the world is and how the world will treat them, because now they no longer have that big brand logo on their business card. So Mary, welcome to the world of entrepreneurship firstly. I would say when you are shifting from a corporate job into building a business, make sure that you're conscious about creating a business model which is both profitable and scalable. Because I want you to understand one key difference. A lot of corporate professionals make this mistake when they start their business. They just look at their business replacing the salary income that they were getting from the corporate job. In all honesty, it is not worth it to start a business just to replace your salary income from your corporate job. That is a very, very flawed way of approaching business. You need to understand, a job is a vehicle for consistent monthly income to meet your livelihood. A business is a vehicle for wealth creation so that you can build something that lasts beyond you and create a legacy. So firstly, the paradigm of what you want for yourself from a business has to be different from what you wanted for yourself from a corporate job. So build a profitable and a scalable business model. That's the first paradigm shift that you need to have. The second major paradigm shift that you need to have is in a corporate, especially someone like you who's spent 19 years in corporate. I am guessing you would have reached a mid or senior level management position. At that level, you are used to just delegating and getting things done. In business, it's a totally different ballgame. In business, you have to do strategic ideation, then you have to delegate, you have to manage. There are so many things that you have to do because right on day one, you may not start with a full-fledged team for yourself. So you have to shift gears, somewhere kind of let go of that entitlement that a corporate career creates in one, that the moment I say it, it should happen. In the real world, the moment you say it, it does not happen. You got to go out there and make it happen. So you got to make that second paradigm shift of letting go of that entitlement where you're used to things happening the moment you said it, to today going out there and making things happen and persuading people to make things happen. So you will have to work harder with people right now as an entrepreneur. The third key paradigm shift that I would suggest is that largely in corporates, what I see is it's become a lonely sport. I mean, we can count organizations, the number of organizations on our fingertips where they truly have a great, fair, fun, focused culture. Most organizations work on the premise where one has to really suck up to their boss or play organizational politics to be able to grow in the corporate ladder. That's the reality, and that environment degenerates people's personalities. In a business, you're not playing for your win. That's the first thing you need to understand. In a corporate job, you play for your win. How can I do enough so that my boss is happy with me, so that I get the right appraisal, so that I get the right career growth for myself? In business, it's not that. In business, the paradigm shift is it's not about you thinking about your win. In business, the paradigm shift is about you thinking about how you can make people win. Be it your teams, be it your customers. How can you add value to them and make them win? And you will win automatically in business When you make people win by adding value to your customers or creating value for your team members, you will automatically win, because I feel the environment of business is a more fair playing field rather than a corporate environment where you are always restricted by the biases and judgments of people around you, and sometimes those people don't have the right value system as well. So these are some paradigm shifts that I can think of, Mary, for you. Enjoy the journey and be very conscious about building a profitable, scalable business model where you're adding value to your customer so that people are willing to pay you for that value, and you're adding value to your team members by creating career growth pathways for them and mentoring and coaching them actively. So enjoy your journey as an entrepreneur. With that, let's move to the second question for this week. So what's the second question, Pawan?
The second question is from Ramanujam. My ex-boss has started selling the same brand products which we have been doing for the past 2 years at a lower price to destroy our business. He's not able to digest our growth. How to handle the situation, since it has become difficult to convince the customer on the price as the brand is the same?
Well, then I would ask you firstly, Ramanujam, that did you learn everything from your ex-boss, screw him over and started a business which has hurt his ego, because of which now he's coming after you? If that's the case, then it's just karma catching up with you, my friend. But jokes apart, Ramanujam, here's what I would ask you to challenge yourself in this direction and think about and answer these questions. If your ex-boss is able to make a good amount of margins by reducing the price, then what is he doing that you are not able to do? This is a question for you to ask yourself, because I often have business owners who tell me competition has reduced the price and they are spoiling the market. My first question to them is the competition able to reduce the price and make up for good profits in volumes? Then why don't you do the same thing? Or if the competition is reducing the price and making the same amount of money or more money, then what is it that they are doing that you are not able to do? That's an operational question that you need to answer. Now, if your answer is that he's not making money at all, Rajiv, and he's burning money, and this is just an ego battle that he's on this revenge mode with us, then it's a matter of time where he will burn out. It's a matter of time where he will burn out because he's burning money at this point of time. But if your perspective is he's not burning money, he's making margins, but the margins are low, but he's spoiling the market, then what should you do? Well, if you feel he's spoiling the market by selling at a low cost, then you shift the brand, shift to another brand, and you position yourself differently to your customer, saying, hey, we used to work with that brand. These are the challenges that we saw in that brand, and that's why that brand comes at this price. Now you shift the brand. Do something else, do anything else. You can't stop what other people do, but you are always in control of what you can do. So Ramanujam, see which one of these paradigms is useful for you. And in addition to answering these questions and making these strategic decisions, of course, you got to market yourself better, educate your customer better, build better relationships with people. So those stay as foundational principles, on top of which you have to answer these questions and strategically decide which direction you want to go in to make the money that you want to make. I hope that makes sense, Ramanujam. So with that, let's go to the third question for this week. So Pawan, what's the third question?
We have Vivek asking, there's so much negativity all around. Sometimes I feel like giving up on the world. Everyone around you is so toxic and there's so much hate. How do I manage my energy and emotions in such a world?
Vivek, your question tells me that you're watching a lot of news. Because think about it. Look, I always believe this. The world is not as large as we think it is. Each one of our world is our environment. The people we surround ourselves with, the conversations we engage ourselves with, the thoughts we immerse ourselves with. And what you need to understand is this: I don't think the world is negative. I think some of us or some people end up thinking about things, worrying about things, having conversations about things that are not in their control. Like, if you are sitting and wasting your time and your life in watching news or sharing posts where you are talking about politics or religion or economy, then for me, such people have attained mastery in stupidity. And why do I say that? Purely because what you need to understand is that the world in these areas of politics, religion, and economy does not work in the way you are shown it works. Every news channel today is propaganda. There's nothing called journalism today in our country. It's sensationalism in our country, and it's a joke. It's a circus. I mean, every channel is a paid channel which is pushing and promoting a certain propaganda. Every political party is a parasite for power. Now I know you may be a loyalist to a particular political party, but they are all the same, and we have enough examples that it's only a numbers game and a power game. It's no longer true democracy in any country in this world. So I believe that either one can be frustrated about these larger issues, saying, oh my God, look at what's happening in politics. Oh my God, look at what's happening in religious, socio-cultural elements of our society. I am saying they are irrelevant conversations. I believe your true contribution to your society, to your country, to this world is to make sure that you are enhancing your life, your family's lives, your customers' lives, your team members' lives, and the lives of everybody you are in touch with. If you are able to serve and enhance the quality of all these stakeholders, you have contributed to your nation. So stop wasting your energy, thought, and conversation in things that drain your energy because you're not in control and you're trying to be righteous about what is right, what is wrong in this world. There is no right or wrong in this world. In the galleries of power, it's only about propaganda. So let go, detach yourself from everything, mute the noise, and focus on your own game, Vivek. And you will see there's so much more fulfillment you will find when you're doing things for yourself, your family, your team, your customers, and people around you. So just mute all the noise. That's my only recommendation to you. With that, let's go to the fourth and final question for this week's episode. So Pawan, what's the fourth question?
We have Aniket asking, how can we get used to getting rejected in life?
Well, why would you want to get used to getting rejected in life? I don't think that's the most effective question to ask yourself. I would rather shift that question to how do you handle rejections in life rather than getting used to rejections in life. So firstly, when it comes to rejections, one has to understand the impact of their relationship to the word rejection or the experience of a rejection. Based on your question, Aniket, what it tells me is that today in your relationship with rejection, when you get rejected, you're getting bogged down, you're feeling drained, you're feeling demotivated, you're giving up, you're not taking action, you're reducing the amount of effort you're putting towards your goals in whatever area where you're getting rejected. So what you need to do is you firstly need to get aware that in my relationship today with the word rejection or the experience of rejection, my response is not effective. So to change your response to rejection, you need to change your perception of rejection. Now for me personally, here is what rejection means. Rejection for me personally means feedback for me to learn what is missing because of which the other person rejected me so that I can learn, grow, and evolve. So for me, rejection is feedback in certain situations. In certain situations, rejection is clarity. It's clarity that, hey, we are not made for each other, so it's better we don't work together. It's better we are not engaged with each other. So rejection is also sometimes clarity. Like in business or in sales, you may not be the best vendor or supplier or partner for the needs of your clients. So it's good to get a rejection from someone who you may not be able to add massive value to. So rejection is either feedback to learn what's missing so that you can grow and evolve, or rejection is clarity of we are not made for each other. And I think both those perspectives allows a person to be free when they get rejected and not get bogged down by it. Because the biggest damage rejection does is it reduces our efforts. So make sure you shift your relationship with rejection and you start falling in love and enjoying rejection and draw these lessons and nuances from rejection. I hope that makes sense to you, Aniket. And with that, we've come to the end of episode number 63 of Get Real with Rajiv. And if you like the answers, then share this video and ask us more questions in the number given below or in the comment section below. With that, this is Rajiv Talreja signing off. I look forward to seeing you in my next episode.